Yo, I just met some amazing godly people. Gina from Florida. This woman from Ghana that's been here for 4 years that didn't know John Lennon or the Beatles because she's been here for 4 years. And then the Italian woman from Florida, Gina, talking to the woman from Ghana about John Lennon and Frank Sinatra. And then I met this other woman, like the three of them were talking, this woman, Catholic woman, that was telling us about St. Anthony, saint of finding lost things and stuff. And it's like, she said she's gonna pray, and she was a victim of identity theft, right? So she's going to her sisters for her in New Jersey from New York for her sister's daughter's Sweet 16, and the Sweet 16 girl had like bipolar and like went to hospital, so she's gonna she said she's gonna say a prayer to St. Anthony for me, so I gotta go give her my name, or this is a documentation. It's raining out. It doesn't look like I'm gonna make it to Strawberry Fields, but I'm still going out. Over and out.
What do you call it when a Tyrannosaurus throws a Brontosaurus at another Tyrannosaurus?
I don't know.
Food fight!
Okay, vlogumentary time. You're chilling with Blur. I got my black coffee that I tried to sell art for this black coffee in New York City. Selling art in New York City is not gonna work. I'm so angry about this. Like, people are so heartless. I'm like, you know, okay, here's the story, right? I was trapped on the train for over 3 hours, right? There was a suicide at New Hyde Park on the way to the city. So you see the story, I talked to the 3 women at Port Jeff train station. Then on the train to the city, there was a suicide at New Hyde Park. I felt this person's soul and the burden that this person was carrying. It was so sad. I almost started bawling in tears. I held back the tears, but... So there was a suicide. They called it a pedestrian strike. And I said, what's a pedestrian strike? I pictured people with signs, right? Like stopping the train or something, I don't know. Someone jumped in front of the train or something, committed suicide on the New Hyde Park. So what happened was we ended up sidetracked. Everyone ended up sidetracked and delayed. So I ended up on this train, right? You putting the pieces together? I ended up on this train at Hicksville. And the person that I sat behind, this woman and her little girl daughter, maybe like 5 years old, right? She was gonna pull the fire, you know, the fire alarm thing, and no one else saw, and I caught her. I stopped her from pulling the fire alarm, and it was funny. And it's like I was meant to be there, because who knows the repercussions. It's like the show Touch, man. Like I changed people's lives, because if that fire alarm would have been pulled, who knows what bad things would have happened to people. Got old people on there. Oh man, black coffee. And then the little girl, I'm making art, and the little girl keeps looking back at me at the art, right? So I'm like, I'm making the art to sell, right? Then I'm like, oh my God, I gotta make the art for this girl, Alex. Check out the art, that's what I drew. And you know what happened? Oh, even look, I got proof, man. I don't make this stuff up, man. Look at this. Emergency drinking water. That's from the train. So I gave the little girl the art, right? And guess what was on the seat after they left? A dime was on the seat. I mean, yeah, it's a coincidence, you know. It's a silly coincidence, but I mean, the God speaks to you in weird ways. It's like, that's what... I gave my art away, a nice gesture, to a sweet little girl that was looking at me draw these pictures. So, and then there was a dime left on the seat, so I took the dime as my payment, as an offering. It was awesome. So I finally get to New York. I got this heavy backpack. Look how heavy it is. See how I'm picking it up? Look at my muscles picking it up. Look how heavy it is, right? So I'm getting stronger, but like, I'm a vegan now too, so. And then I'm like trying to sell my art, and I'm like, hey, you know, I'm trying to get a cup of coffee for $1.50. You want to buy some art? And people are looking at me with disgust and abuse, like abusive energy, doubt, and like you're scum of the earth. And it's like, I'm angry, man. You rarely ever see me say that. I'm angry at the way the world is right now. I'm gonna do everything I can to change this. Documentary is gonna go hard, man. Wait, and then I'm gonna have I got some huge tricks up my sleeve. They're not my tricks though, so stick around. That's what happened, the crazy. And since this is a documentary, I did sin for a second. I saw these two hippie chicks, looked like they were in their early 20s, skinny hippie chicks, and I found myself, like, just the way they were smiling and stuff at me, I found myself looking like, for like a half a minute. It was wrong, I messed up, I looked. Now also on the train I made some art. Check out this art. I made it for a very special woman that I love and care about. But I know the truth, I gotta pray for my soulmate. Whoever it is, I really hope it's her. I mean, we both ended up in film. I mean, that's crazy. I know that this is doing nothing now, but alright, I'm gonna hand out flyers and get over to my family's house. So I'm 3 hours on the train, the suicide and stuff, I'm like, I had enough, man. I gotta go eat. I look pale too, man. Like, oh, crazy, man, standing on a train like that. Suicide and stuff. Person's soul. Alright, peace. This is vlogumentary. Day something of the documentary. I don't even know, 5 days later. Number 5. I still gotta edit 1 and 2 and 4. Okay. Chilling with Blur. Wish me luck. Say your prayers for me. Pray for me, boy. Okay, so yo, I just got addressed by 2 serious gangsters at Penn Station. I mean, these dudes were like Rikers Island, top of the chain gangsters, like from age 25 to 30. Came up to me, right? He's like, let me ask you something, man. And the other guy's like, it's all love. And the other guy's like, no, cut it on that for a sec. He's like, you notice our area, right? Like I was trying to sell art to get home. New York. No selling art. I'm gonna sell art at Smith Haven Mall, Port Jeff Station, Downport. I'm gonna become famous. Hand out like 1,000 flyers this week coming up. And I'm gonna start the rap. Watch. And look at this. So I ended up coming home. I got 50 cents in my hand, right? Plus the 10 cents from the little girl left on the seat. I got 50 cents to call my family to get picked up. I'm in Wantor. That's what I got left. So they let me on the train because I had the ticket left over because of the suicide. Then coming down the steps on the train here, I found this laying in the middle of the steps like someone would have tripped on it. Weird signs, man. The gods got me under their wing. Who knows? A lady could have been walking, slip right out. Crazy stuff, man. And I stopped the little girl from pulling the fire alarm. This has been a crazy day. No more. New York City is messed up. I could cry, but I'm feeling happy. Today was good because God told me what I'm going to do to fund this. The other day, God told me I'm going to sell art. That was out of the blue, man. I didn't plan that. I haven't done art in years, man. And then, today, God told me, because you got to do what God says. And then when you do that, they reveal stuff to you. That's the cool thing about it. It's such a complex intelligence. So they told me today I feel relief. I'm going to go and have fun, become famous. Centeridge, Smith Haven Mall, Stony Brook, Port Jefferson, that's my place. And then Port Jeff, Downport. Peace. Blur here. Yo, it was an awesome day today. My family treated me for my birthday to Piccolo Italiano Restaurant. It was awesome. Gorgonzola salad with pecans and these huge mushrooms that were like this. This oiled garlic linguine. Doing good as the vegan power foods. I had a glass of red wine, resveratrol, for the brain. Things are going awesome. I'm gonna start my takeover of the freestyle rap circuit on YouTube. Stay tuned. And this week I'm gonna go for being famous at Smith Haven Mall, Centeridge, Stony Brook, Port Jeff, Downport, selling my art. So check out this art if I didn't tell you. It's on, baby. Going to the Iranian parade 2 days from now. Didn't make it to John Lennon. Gonna make it to Theodore Roosevelt's house soon. And a dog show tomorrow. Stick around, it's gonna get intense. Trust me.